Welcome back to Commercial Breaks with Miss Education. I'm Miss Education. Okay, so I'm not political-ish. I don't think so. I don't consider myself to be. But however, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I understand that I may bother someone, but these are my views, and you know what? This is the beauty of what is supposed to be America, where we have freedom of speech. So I'm going to use my freedom of speech to express my thoughts. Okay? Um, Border generosity. So, if you know me, I've been blessed with a really open and generous heart. If I see someone, I'm an empath, right? Um, I care for people. One of my nicknames, I have many, but one of the nicknames that my family members give me, they call me Savior to the World. Because if I can help, I will, right? Sometimes to my own detriment, but that's just the heart that God has given me. And I'm working on being better with it and setting up boundaries. And so the border issue, at first I'm like, yes, we should let people in because America, there are opportunities that we have here that they may not have in other countries. Many people are running from persecution or political drama, violence, whatever it is. I'm like, yes, we have the space. Clearly, we have the money, though we don't use it properly. Let's help everyone. Why not? And that's legit me. I'm all about let's help everyone. However, and my views have changed slightly. Here's why. And again, maybe it's part of that awakening. I've been thinking about it. I was like, and again, I was all for bring them in. I'm voting for whoever's bringing them in. And now I'm like, absolutely not. Retract. I am not voting for people who are bringing them in for so many reasons. And I've had conversations with people who come at me. They're like, Jen, because again, many of them are Haitian. I'm Haitian. You're talking about your own people. And it's not even that. It's that reflection. It's like when I did the whole Black Lives Matter, look at it from a different point of view. They all have us fooled to look at it from one way, so that if you don't agree with that way, you're the bad guy. I actually love, and this is what love looks like. Okay, so let's start simple. I'm a mom. I have a family. I provide for my family. If I'm struggling to provide for my family, it would not make sense for me to then bring in more people into my house because I am taking away from my children. I can't provide for my children, and I won't be able to adequately provide for those who are coming in. And that's selfish of me, right? So similarly with this country, we're bringing individuals in who may very well need help and who do see America as a way out and as a way to start over. But America, being the home for so many, has its own children who are struggling, who need help. So then to take resources wherever the money's coming from, because I know people are like, well, there's money allocated for this, wherever the money's coming from, to take money away from the children of that home, to then allocate it to individuals who are not part of that family, doesn't make sense, right? As an educator, I know that there are many migrants who are coming into these cities who don't speak the language. So here's what it looks like. Here's just a glimpse of what it looks like on the educational side, what I see. You have children who come into the country because we let them in, we let the families in, who come into these school systems, who, first of all, don't have enough space for these children in the classroom. So instead of having a classroom with 25, you're now up to 28, 29 with one teacher. If you know anything about what's going on now, teachers are barely making it by themselves with 25 kids. Now to add extra 3 kids per classroom, it is a lot if you do your job right. These children do not speak English. So now you have to either hire SEI teachers, sheltered English inclusion teachers, or immersion teachers, or you're taking that service away from a child who was born in this country. or who came to this country. I mean, the migrants are legal, so it's not even about that. But who might need that service, you're taking away from that child to give to another child. And I know it sounds, well, they're still children. I get that. But again, we need to feed our own children. We need to deal with our household first, right? Um, Many of these children, they come here and we don't have space for them. I know that, in a district close to where I work, the migrants are staying in a federal building, like in a government building, not federal, but a government building. And they need to be out of there by 5 a.m. Everyone needs to leave. They're not registered for school yet, so they need to leave. They walk the streets or wherever they go because it is a government building that's in operation. And then around 6 o'clock, they're allowed to come back and they sleep and shower and they do it all over again, right? So on the school system alone, it's taxing on teachers because we are struggling with the ones we have. And now you put an influx of children who don't speak the language, who need that extra help. And if I do my job correctly, I want to help them all, but I can't, right? Classrooms are bigger, resources are less. That's a problem. And our children who are already getting watered down education, we've now added more water to it because we have to spread it out more, right? If you got juice and you need to spread it out, you add more water. So there's more liquid, but there's no flavor, right? So we have the stuff, but there's no substance, there's no meat to the education. Then, you look at it this way. Again, these are my thoughts. You bring in these families, these individuals come in. We're missing a lot of children. I feel like there's going to be an influx of human trafficking. Where are some of these children? Who's keeping track of all these children? Really? Think about it. Who's actually keeping track of all these families that come in and all these children? How do we know that the children who are coming in are actually coming in with family members and not with their pimps and traffickers? We don't know. I don't think we care. And I know I'm going to go down a little conspiracy theory, whatever, but here I go, because they're my thoughts and I'm in America. I get freedom of speech or something like that for now. I don't know. I'm noticing that, there are a lot of young men coming in. Military age young men? Probably. Could be. Who knows? I think it's a great idea. Because if you look at too many of our young men now wouldn't sign up to fight anything, right? They're not signing up for war because we will be going into war. We will be entering a war soon. They're not signing up for war. Our boys aren't doing it. A lot of our boys today are feminized. They're sashaying down the street. Those boys will not be holding any rifles, will not be fighting. Okay? Too many of our children suffer from mental health illness. We ain't sending them to war. So why not have people come in? I don't know. It's just an idea. I think it sounds fabulous. I would do it. I would if I was running the government and I needed human bodies. I needed able, capable men to fight for me in a war. I would do it. Come on in, right? And again, like even this week, I'm driving. And again, I cannot say that it's, no, you know what? I'm not even going to do that because it's not right, because I'm not putting this on people. So I'm going to keep that to myself. But I just feel like we are allowing a lot of people to come in. And here's another thing that I don't like. You're allowing innocent, and many of them are innocent people coming into this country just looking for a better way of life. And they're like, you guys opened your borders to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, President, whomever who lets me in. You better believe if I get to vote, I'm voting for you because you let me into the country. Okay? But thank you for letting me into this country and giving me the opportunity. And I will take whatever you give. And so I'm receiving, if I'm the migrant, I'm receiving because I think you have to offer. I'm receiving the health care, the free health care, even though we have, American citizens who can't afford their own health care, who've gone to war, who can't get the proper medical care they need, right? Our veterans. So as a migrant, I'm receiving the health care. I'm receiving the education. I'm receiving the food. I'm receiving the ability to get a job in local markets or wherever. I'm receiving the fact that Thank you for allowing me to drive. I'm receiving everything that you're giving me. And for all I know, you're being very kind, and thank you so much, which is the way it should be. So I should be grateful to you, right? And I'm not trying to cause any harm to the citizens or to the people who live in the house. But now understand those who live in the house, the citizens, they're looking at this like, hold up. I pay taxes. I was born and raised here. Yet I can't get this insurance. You know how hard it is to get insurance, good insurance? I can't get housing. I'm struggling to get housing, and I live here, right? I'm struggling to get a job, to get into this school district, right? I can't get a license. I'm struggling with that. Like, I'm struggling with a lot. But these individuals who are not American citizens get to come in, skip the line, and get all of these benefits. So yeah, as a citizen, I'm upset. And now I don't like you, Mr. and Mrs. Migrant. I don't like the migrant family, right? Because I'm going to blame you for this. Mind you, the migrant family is like, we just came in. You guys allowed us to come in. You guys gave this stuff to us. But now, as a migrant, I'm going to have an issue with you citizens because you're mean to me. So now look at this. Just look how this plays out. You have migrants who have not asked for this, who were given all this, who were given and who have received this stuff in good faith, are going to be upset with the citizens because they're mistreating them. But then you have citizens who are like, yo, you are taking away from me. You've skipped the line that you haven't even earned. So yeah, I'm not feeling you right now, and I don't want you here. So now what? So you have two groups of people who don't like each other because someone out here, the Matrix or whomever, the government, whatever, whoever, I don't know. But somebody out here orchestrated this. Whether it was with good intent or with malicious intent, I don't know. But this is what's happening, right? I don't know if you guys heard Times Square, a 15-year-old, from what I read, he was a migrant 15-year-old, ended up shooting someone. Okay, yes. Could anyone have shot anyone? Could a 15-year-old citizen had been the individual who shot someone? Yes, of course. Of course. But now this is the problem. We have anything that these migrants do, we're going to come down on them. Because the government, we have made this situation. We have put all the pieces together to do this. And we're going to sit back. The government's going to sit back and watch this. And common sense, eventually cities are going to run out of money to help these people. From what I hear, reading it from in New York, I mean, they've taken school buildings and turned them into shelters. So then many students are now going to school online because their school building was given to the migrants. How is that fair, right? And I know I'm being nice. It's border generosity, but I think something is wrong. I think we need to reevaluate and figure out how to help a different way. And before we help others, I say, maybe fix what's going on here. Fix what's going on in our own neighborhoods, in our own districts, before we go out and save the world. You're right. Maybe America is like the national version of me, and I need to do better with myself. Savior to the world, and I'm forgetting about my home. Savior to the world, and we're forgetting about the American citizens. Yeah, that's my take. I know I'm not this political person. I have no receipts. Like my sister would say, bring some receipts. I don't have any receipts. I'm just speaking from the heart. Something is wrong. Just off common sense, something is wrong, and we need to do better, because we're going to end up being mad at each other, hating each other without thinking twice. Anyways, that was that. Commercial breaks with Miss Education. Till next time. Bye.